Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon to all. So join fast. Yes. Adhya, Pragya, Kamlesh. Then who is this? Gurutva, Anushka, Samiksha, Bhargav, Advaita, Shavini. Come on. So good afternoon to all. And now yesterday we have seen the physical changes. If there is change in physical property, and what are these physical properties like size, shape or color changes, then that change is called as physical change. And if now we are moving further again, so today this is chemical changes. Also we have seen the characteristics of a physical change. What is a physical change? If something has undergone physical change, then how we will come to know whether it is a physical change. Understood? So here just a while I am adjusting this. Okay, so how we will come to know whether it is a physical change? So physical changes means, for example, first point is how we can say that it is undergoing a physical change. Okay, so the first point is it is a temporary change. These are the characteristics of a physical change. How we will come to know that this change is physical change, or how we will see whether this change is a physical change. Then first thing is that we have to see whether the change is physical, temporary or permanent. So this change is temporary and it is reversible. That means the original substance can be back. Okay, we will get it back. Then second point was no new substance is formed. This you should learn by heart. Okay, these are the characteristics of a physical change. You should learn by heart these characteristics. There are 4 characteristics of physical change. Then the third one is, first one, it is a temporary change. Then no new substance is formed. Then no energy is absorbed or evolved. Means neither any type of energy is absorbed or evolved. Okay, means there is nothing to do with energy. There are very few changes, physical changes in which energy is required, but most of them does not require energy. Okay, and the fourth one is that the fourth one, it is during the physical change only physical properties are changed. There is a change in physical properties, not chemical properties or not internal properties, only external changes undergo. That is physical change. So there is a change in physical properties. Sorry. physical properties. Okay, now this is all about physical changes. Now we will go for the chemical change. So you have to learn by heart this four chemical changes, sorry, physical changes. Is it clear to all? It is a temporary change. It is a temporary change. Then it is also reversible, means it can be again back, or we can get the substance back. Then no new substance is formed, means if we are mixing water with salt, it will remain the solution, dissolved substance in it, but no new substance is formed. Then no energy is absorbed or evolved. So no energy, no requirement of energy is there, and here no energy is absorbed or any kind of energy is not evolved. Then this change is always taken place in physical properties only. For example, the size may change, the shape of the substance may change, the color, the state of the matter may change. Okay, so these are the physical properties, the change in the physical properties. Understood now? So these are all physical changes. Thank you. Then, how? So now we will see the chemical changes. Now exactly all these points which we have seen for the physical changes will be opposite. Now the chemical change. What is a chemical change? So remember these points. Now we will see the chemical changes. Okay. So you have to learn by heart. Once you learn this one, physical change, you will also come to know the chemical changes. Okay. So what is a chemical change? So the change in which the composition of the chemical and the chemical properties of a substance changes. Composition and the chemical properties. So again, if we see in physical changes, we have seen that physical properties are changed. So in a chemical change, now here the chemical properties are changed. Now what are these chemical properties? Chemical properties or the composition. उसका कंपोजिशन ही चेंज हो जाता है, पूरा का पूरा कंपोजिशन ही चेंज हो जाता है, एंड सो इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ केमिकल चेंज. So the change in which chemical properties are changed or the composition of that substance get changed is called as chemical change. Understood now? So here the properties of the new substance is formed and it is totally different from the original one or totally different from the first one. Okay, now here whatever we get, the product we can say or the result of any change, that is totally different. यानी पहले का जो सब्सटेंस था वो दूसरे सब्सटेंस से या नया सब्सटेंस जो मिला है हमें उससे वो टोटली डिफरेंट रहेगा. Is it clear now? Okay, so we are going to see also the same changes. Now, for example, when the carbon is burned, the carbon dioxide is formed. Any kind of carbon, if it burns in it with the presence of oxygen, when the carbon burns, then we get carbon dioxide. तो ये पूरा का पूरा कंपोजिशन ही चेंज हो रहा है. ये पहले कार्बन था, ये पहले ऑक्सीजन था, लेकिन बर्न होने के बाद we get carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. So that means the composition has changed. Understood now? That means the composition has changed. Composition यानी उसका जो फॉर्मूला है जिससे वो बनता है, मेन जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट है वो चेंज हो जाता है. Understood now? Is it clear? रश्मि बल्कि समझ में आ रहा है क्या? First tell me, have you understood? So यहां पर ये एक एग्जाम्पल देखो ध्यान से कि ये पहले कार्बन है और ये ऑक्सीजन है. When the carbon burns in the presence of oxygen, तो हमें कार्बन और ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिल रहा है, वो टोटली डिफरेंट सब्सटेंस मिल रहा है, and that is carbon dioxide. That is carbon dioxide. So that means here entirely the property is changed. The chemical property is changed. ये कार्बन था सॉलिड, ये ऑक्सीजन है, it is gas, and here we get the carbon dioxide, that is the gaseous state. उसका स्टेट प्लस उसका पूरा केमिकल कॉम्पोजिशन ही चेंज हो गया. ये देखो यहां पर केमिकल कॉम्पोजिशन कैसे चेंज हो रहा है. ओके What is that, Aryan? So have you understood now? Is it clear? Now another example I will just to show you. You can see. Okay. Now this is a matchstick. Everybody knows this, isn't it? A matchstick. And just one simple example. What is this? It is a piece of paper. It is a piece of paper. That means in the beginning, this is in my hand. It is a paper, a simple paper. Now what I will do? You can see. What is this? It is burning. Isn't it? So burning is a chemical change or physical change? So it is a chemical change. Yesterday we have seen melting is a physical change, then evaporation is a physical change, condensation is a physical change. Now how it changes the composition? Now just I will show you. You can see here that yes, now the ash I got. Everybody can see here, isn't it? That means first it was paper, isn't it? So paper का combination क्या है? It is made up of cellulose, okay, and starch like this. And when I have burnt it, I have got this ash powder. तो इसका composition ही complete change हो गया. The paper is converted into ash. The paper is converted into the ash. So have you understood now the concept of chemical change? यानी यहाँ पर ये जो दो terms लिखे हुए हैं इसको ध्यान से पढ़ना है. That means this is a chemical property or the composition changes. केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी और उसका जो कंपोजिशन है वो ही चेंज हो जाता है. केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज यानी इंटरनल उसका जो फॉर्मूला है, मॉलिक्यूल्स है, किससे बना हुआ है, वो पूरा का पूरा वो चेंज हो जाता है. इज इट क्लियर? सो अनदर एग्जांपल इज आल्सो देयर लाइक रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन. Rusting of iron. So one example I have shown you just now, burning of a paper. वैसे ही रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन, रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन में क्या होता है, आपने देखा होगा, द पीस ऑफ आयरन इज रस्टेड। ओके, तो जो पहले का जो आयरन है वो आयरन नहीं रहता है, इट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू आयरन ऑक्साइड। ओके, तो ये चेंज केमिकल कंपोजिशन में भी आ जाता है, यानी कि उसका केमिकल कंपोजिशन भी चेंज हो जाता है। इज इट क्लियर नाउ? So here again we can see the example, another example, that is rusting of iron. They here also, when the rust or rusting takes place, iron plus oxygen with water or moisture इसमें रहता है, and it changes to the rust. तो इसका केमिकल कंपोजिशन ही पूरा चेंज हो जाता है, इट चेंजेस, वी गेट आयरन ऑक्साइड। नाउ जस्ट अगेन लिसन केयरफुली, आई विल शो यू अनदर एग्जाम्पल, simple example, everybody can see what is it. It is a candle, isn't it? Now what is new here? Nothing. But here, as I told you yesterday, that in physical changes I gave you the example of the melting of wax. I gave you the example of melting of wax, isn't it? Now this one, this candle, burning of candle comes under the chemical change. See, now here are the two terms. This is burning. Slowly the melting of the wax also takes place. लेकिन ये कम होते होते क्या हो जाएगा, थोड़ी देर के बाद ये कैंडल जो है वो बुझ जाएगी, है ना? दैट मीन्स पहले मेल्टिंग विल टेक प्लेस, बट मेल्टिंग यानी सिर्फ मेल्टिंग पे रुक जाएगा क्या? नहीं, स्लोली द वैक्स विल गेट इवोपरेटेड। अंडरस्टूड नाउ? समझ में आ रहा है? पहला जो स्टेप है दैट इज melting of wax, isn't it? The wax gets melted. फिर ये धीरे धीरे छोटा होते होते wax भी पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा। That means now the melted wax is vaporized. It is converted into vapors और वो पूरा का पूरा disappear हो जाएगा। It is converted into vapors and we get the heat and the light. So this is a chemical change. It is a chemical change. थोड़ी देर के बाद हम देखेंगे तो ये पूरा डिसअपियर हो गया रहेगा। The wax, the candle, slowly it becomes smaller and smaller and the wax gets disappeared. फिर wax मिलेगा क्या हमें? नहीं। So वापस से wax नहीं मिलेगा। हाँ, when the melting of the wax takes place, then we can get the wax back. But when the burning, the actual burning takes place, that time, so here, when the burning takes place at that time, the wax will get vaporized. Did you understand now? So this is a chemical change. तो एक टर्म याद रखना है, like in physical changes I told you, melting, it is a physical change. Like that, burning is a chemical change. किसी भी चीज का बर्न होना, जैसे मैंने अभी पेपर दिखाया है, the paper is burned, then the candle is burned. So these come under chemical change. So it come under chemical change. Is it clear now? इतना समझ में आ गया क्या? हाँ, तो ये बर्निंग, जब भी ये वर्ड आएगा burning, that means it is a chemical change, it is not a physical change. But when melting, these melting word will be there, melting, vaporization, या फिर condensation, evaporation, like that. So that word come under the physical change. Okay, is it clear? समझ में आ गया? हाँ. So this is all about the chemical changes. Rusting, then burning of carbon. Now here burning of carbon means what? You might be thinking ये carbon यानी क्या है? Carbon means any kind of fuel also we can take. Fuel यानी जैसे मैंने पेट्रोल लिया है या जैसे मैंने कोल लिया है. कोल is also carbon. जब कोल बर्न होता है then it gives carbon dioxide. So any fuel, any type of carbon, yani these are all the forms of carbon, various forms of carbon, isn't it? So when this carbon burns in the presence of oxygen, then it gives carbon dioxide. It gives carbon dioxide. Yes, ask me, it can be diesel, it can be petrol, these are all fuels and they contain carbon in it. Okay, these are all carbon. Okay, hydrocarbons, carbon is present in more amount in them. Okay, so petrol, diesel, they are all hydrocarbons. Is it clear? So this is about the chemical changes. Now another example that also we will see. Another chemical example to prove chemically in the lab. So that I will show you tomorrow. Okay. So but just I will tell you about that, about the example, and that already we have seen in acid and bases, isn't it? बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हमने एसिड बेसिस में लर्न भी किए हैं. नाउ द रिएक्शन बिटवीन विनेगर एंड बेकिंग सोडा, यू माइट हैव सीन ऑल्सो one of the example. I will bring it to tomorrow to show you. Yes, carbon monoxide is poisonous. Yes, it is poisonous. So 1 minute, I would like to tell you about the carbon monoxide here. Listen carefully, everybody. Now this is the composition: carbon dioxide, isn't it? This is carbon dioxide and this is carbon monoxide. This is carbon monoxide. Now here ये monoxide क्यों है, ये dioxide क्यों है? Now you just see the difference. One molecule less than the oxygen. यहाँ पर 2 molecules हैं oxygen के, and that is why it is carbon dioxide, and here only 1 molecule is there, so it is carbon monoxide. Now what is the difference? इन दोनों का composition अलग-अलग है. Now this carbon dioxide and what is the difference between carbon monoxide? अगर कोई भी चीज जब burn होती है तो it gives carbon dioxide, isn't it? अभी जो मैंने gives carbon dioxide. लेकिन अगर कार्बन जब बर्न होते समय अगर ऑक्सीजन कम हो गया है, सप्लाई ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज लेस, लिसन केयरफुली. भार्गव सुनो पहले, एवरीवन लिसन केयरफुली. सो व्हेन it is buffering, okay, so when this carbon burns in the presence of oxygen, it will give carbon dioxide, isn't it? लेकिन अभी यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड फॉर्म हो रहा है when the presence of oxygen is less, or the when during the burning process, if the oxygen provided is not enough, then we will get carbon monoxide. Understood? तो ये कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड कब फॉर्म होता है? अगर ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई प्रॉपर नहीं है या फिर ऑक्सीजन लेस है, then we will get carbon monoxide. Now one example I am giving you. Suppose मैंने एक रूम में जलाया है, लकड़ियां लेके जलाया है और विंडो जो है वो बंद कर दी है, विंडो को बंद कर दिया और दरवाजे बंद हो गए और एक रूम में वो जल रहा है, तो टेल मी, विल आई गेट अ प्रॉपर अमाउंट ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इन दैट रूम? अगर पूरा रूम पैक है, बंद कर दिया है, विंडोज आर क्लोज्ड. My voice is not clear? Is it so? Now is it okay? Okay, so listen here. What will happen if in a packed room where the windows are closed and the room is closed, no door, no window, and we are burning the wood in the room? So will it get sufficient oxygen? So will it get sufficient oxygen if I am closing the windows and the door? So that means it will not get the sufficient oxygen. Okay, so if it will not get sufficient oxygen and if it is burning, then what will happen? Slowly all the oxygen from that room will be used up and we will get carbon monoxide. जो रूम के अंदर ऑक्सीजन है वो यूज हो जाएगा and we will that during burning it will not get proper oxygen and it will be converted into carbon monoxide. समझ में आ रहा है सृष्टि? There is no oxygen, so what will happen now? रूम के अंदर तो है ना ऑक्सीजन, तो वो पूरा ऑक्सीजन क्या कर लेगा? एब्जॉर्ब कर लेगा और जितना जलना है उतना ही जलेगा, उसके बाद वो बंद हो जाएगा. But during that period, what will happen? There will be the formation of carbon monoxide. क्योंकि ऑक्सीजन लेस है, there is no sufficient oxygen. So धीरे धीरे ऑक्सीजन वो एब्जॉर्ब करते करते थोड़ा सा जलेगा, लेकिन उसका रिजल्ट क्या होगा? We will get carbon monoxide. What is formed? Carbon monoxide is formed. Understood? अभी एक और एग्जाम्पल मैं देती हूं कि गर्मियों के दिन में क्या होता है, बहुत बार हम लोग सर्दी के दिन में जब ठंडी रहती है बहुत, तो हम लोग खिड़कियां बंद कर देते हैं, दरवाजे बंद, और अंदर फिर आग जला के थोड़ा सा उसको सेकते हैं, isn't it? But you should not do like that because again there is a chance of formation of carbon monoxide there. और अगर वैसे हो गया और हम सो गए तो क्या होगा? ये आग जलती रहेगी और ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई प्रॉपर नहीं होगा एंड देन देयर विल बी द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. और ये कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड इज वेरी डेंजरस फॉर आवर हेल्थ, dangerous, and we can die. Understood now? Is it clear? So dangerous यानी poisonous है, और अगर हम इसको इनहेल कर लेते हैं कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड को, तो हमारा डेथ विद इन ए सेकेंड भी हो सकता है. Understood now? Is it clear? So ऐसा कभी नहीं करना चाहिए. जब भी हम कुछ जला रहे हैं या बर्न कर रहे हैं, उस समय दरवाजे खिड़कियां खुली रहनी चाहिए. अंडरस्टूड? उससे क्या होगा? देयर विल बी प्रॉपर सप्लाई ऑफ ऑक्सीजन और कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड भी फॉर्म नहीं होगा. और फिर अगर कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड फॉर्म नहीं होगा तो ये सब जो प्रॉब्लम्स है वो क्रिएट नहीं होंगे. Understood? So while burning you should be also careful that if there is something like that, if the window is closed or the windows or the doors are closed, so you should remember that we should keep a proper supply of oxygen. होते रहना चाहिए जब भी बर्निंग प्रोसेस होते रहता है तब. तो दरवाजे खिड़कियां खुली रहनी चाहिए, तो कंबशन या बर्निंग प्रोसेस भी आराम से होगा और देयर विल बी नो फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. ये बहुत डेंजरस है और इससे लोग मरते भी हैं बहुत बार. अगर दरवाजे खिड़कियां बंद रह गई और जल रहा है कुछ घर के अंदर या हमने कुछ जलाने के लिए रख दिया है सर्दियों के दिनों में और दरवाजे खिड़कियां बंद है, देन कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड विल बी फॉर्म. और वैसे ही अगर हम सो गए तो वैसे ही सोते रहेंगे. अंडरस्टूड? बिकॉज धीरे धीरे कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड हमारे रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट के अंदर चला जाएगा, लंग्स में, एंड देन वी विल हैव अ डेथ. ओके, सो इज इट क्लियर टू यू? ये समझ में आ गया? दिस इज अगेन अ केमिकल चेंज. तो ये एक केमिकल चेंज है, कंपोजिशन ही चेंज हो जाता है ना. कार्बन है फिर ऑक्सीजन है, अलग अलग दो अलग अलग कंपोजिशंस मिलके यहाँ पर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड भी मिलता है, कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड भी मिलता है. देखो इसकी प्रॉपर्टी अभी टोटली डिफरेंट है. दिस इज वेरी डेंजरस, पॉइजनस, इजंट इट? और ये पॉइजनस है क्या? ये भी है लेकिन उतना नहीं है. फिर ये कार्बन और ये ऑक्सीजन भी बहुत अलग है. दिस ऑक्सीजन वी नीड फॉर ब्रीदिंग, इट गिव्स अस लाइफ, इजंट इट? सो ये ऐसे कंपोजिशंस जो है वो चेंज हो जाते हैं. दिस इज अ केमिकल चेंज. अंडरस्टूड नाउ? इज इट क्लियर? सो today here only I will be ending, and tomorrow I will be showing you some reactions also, chemical reactions. Okay, so read the test book, everybody read the test book and come for tomorrow.